Education, Ms. Lim Wong-jin, Head of International Teacher Exchange, principals and teachers from Korea and Thailand, on FCU staff, ladies and gentlemen. I am honored to participate in the final presentation, which is one of the activities under the 2021 Korea-Thailand Teacher Exchange Program. I do sincerely appreciate the Ministry of Education of Korea and FCU for your attempt to arrange the program beyond the COVID-19 pandemic. Thailand has been participating in this program for 6 years, since 2016. Because of the COVID-19 pandemic, we have been facing many difficulties, including the teaching and learning processes. The face-to-face international exchange will end for now. On-site learning is being replaced by online learning. However, the show must go on. Therefore, the Ministry of Education of Republic of Korea and FCU will turn crisis into an opportunity. Until this point, I have to say thank you to the Ministry of Education Korea and FCU who insist the continue the collaboration between our two countries and proceed with the 2021 Korea-Thailand Teacher Exchange Program online. The internet takes an important role to adapt to our new normal more easily. The Teacher Exchange Program is still going on track and meets the goal of the program. Nothing can break us apart. Both Korean and Thai students still have an opportunity to study with Korean and Thai teachers. We can see that Korean and Thai teachers have to bring out their potentials and ability to teach Korean and Thai students online. Also, Korean and Thai students have extra skill to learn from their teachers on screen. So they have to adopt the teaching and learning skills to fit their new normal style. It is not easy at all. Today, it is the last day of the program this year, but it is not the last activity we will do together. I don't want all of you to focus on 100% achievement on the program, but please look back to see what you all have done. You have learned how to teach online, how to solve problems during the program, how to work together even though you never meet each other. Besides experiences as you also learn the importance of global citizenship GCED, which becomes crucial nowadays. Lastly, I have to say thank you one more time to FCU, UNESCO Ministry of Education of Korea, Korean and Thai teachers and students, and all staff who have contributed to the success of the program and help to the program sustainability. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Yufa Im Sangwan. And representatives, thank you for all your heartwarming speeches. From now on, a total 8 schools of Korea and Taiwan will share their journey and innovative attempt for the online educational exchange. Before we start the main speech, I would like to inform you of the keynote for today's event. First, please refer to the schedule here. The presentation consists of 2 sessions. For each session, 4 schools will give presentation. To facilitate the session effectively and smoothly, please keep your presentation time no longer than 10 minutes. It is important to make sure that your presentation is no longer than 10 minutes. All presentations are able to share your monitor without being designated as a co-host. Kindly ask for your cooperation for staying your mic as mute mode and not as sharing your presentation before I call your school's name for your presentation. It may cause disruption to other schools' presentation. Since this is an important notice, I will quickly inform this in Korean as well. 중요한 공지를 위해 한국어로도 짧게 설명드리겠습니다. 오늘 발표를 진행하실 선생님들께서는 원활한 진행을 위하여 10분의 발표 시간을 준수하여 주시기를 부탁드립니다. 아울러 발표 자료들은 별도 지정 없이 화면을 공유하실 수 있습니다. 다만 공동 호스트로 다만 제가 학교 이름을 호명하기 전까지는 마이크를 끈 상태로 유지해 주시고 발표 자료 공유 등의 기능은 사용하지 말아 주시기 바랍니다. 다른 학교의 발표에 영향이 있을 수 있습니다. 그러면 then let's start with the presentation of Seoul Technical High School. Please give them a warm applause.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Sawadee-krap.
สวัสดีค่ะ
Thank you. This is Hyunbin Im, teacher from Seoul Technical High School. Very nice to meet you, all Thai teachers, especially my partner school, Lenunakun, Vidyanukun teachers. I see my old friend here. It is my great honor to present the APT Asia Pacific Teacher Exchange Program between Seoul Technical High School, Korea, and Lenunakun Vidyanukun School in Thailand. At first, I would like to introduce Seoul Technical High School briefly. Seoul Technical High School is the oldest and the biggest high school in Korea since it was established in 1899. We say that Seoul Technical High School is actually the birthplace of Tibet technical and vocational education and training in Korea with 22 years of history. Until now, we produced almost 60,000 graduates, and they are now very actively working in every workforce in Korea's industry. At this moment, we have almost 1,300 students and 200 teachers. And for this APTE project, we annually participate since 2016. Now I would like to introduce our study group from Seoul Technical High School. At first, we have a computer teacher, Hesuli. Hesuli, where are you now? Are you here?
Yeah, I am here.
Okay. And she is in charge of the computer lab and the internet connection between Seoul Technical High School and RNK School, Thailand. And we have Kyunghwa Im electronic teachers. Kyunghwa Im, where are you now?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Here.
Okay, she is in charge of the students' guidance and in advance and after questionnaire. And we have Suhyun Hwang. 황수현 선생님 어디 계십니까?
Here.
Okay. Suhyun is actually the teacher in charge of the third online class from Korea to Thai students. And her topic was travel to Korea. And finally, we have Jonghyun Kim, mechanics teacher. 금종현 선생님 여기 계시나요?
예.
Okay, Jonghyun Kim is a teacher in charge of the second online class, and his topic was K-pop. And I am in charge of first online class for Thai students, and I explained the geographical situation of Korea, and the topic was the welcome to Korea. And the best online class, I believe that it was the third online class from Korea to Thai student. Ms. Hwang was teacher in charge. And this is the first slide of her PPT. And this is Ms. Hwang again. And why I choose the best online class? Because her class has the biggest participant from partner school in Thailand. Actually, it was total 45 students, too many. And she chose a very interesting topic and contents. The topic was the trip to Korea, including the K-culture, K-food, K-tradition, and K-fashion, those kind of things. And she implemented in advanced research from Thai students, and which was interesting for them. And during her class, she used a special software named Padlet, and she encouraged the Thai student to get the hands-on activity, which was to make the plan to visit Korea. And this is the sample of the questionnaire, and the right picture is the Padlet activity. And Ms. Huang asked the Thai student to make the plan to trip to Korea, and this is the reply from the Thai student. They planned their trip to Korea as soon as the COVID-19 can be terminated. About the research project, we choose the topic as a comparison of teacher exchange between Thailand and Korea. Both Seoul Technical High School teachers and the RNK School Thailand researched the GCED in their own country in English, and we combined and we submitted to UNESCO APCU already. This is the cover page of our research project, and we put the name of all researchers here. And what we get from this valuable program, actually it was the biggest challenge as a teacher in our lives, because all the online class was delivered in English. And as you may know, in our team, we don't have any English teachers. So all our online class was really a big challenge for everybody. And but we had a lot of problem in language, but it was a very wonderful experience to communicate with teachers, students in Thailand. And you can understand each other and acknowledge, especially for the Thai culture, including Thai tradition, Thai language, those kind of things. And one of the best of this program was that we can get a network with a partner school in Thailand. And we agreed to make some effort for the student exchange program upon termination of COVID-19. What motivated for us to follow the activity, I mean the student exchange program, we believe that to get friendship between schools in Thailand and Korea is very important for this 21st globalization, in order to increase the global competence and to implement the GCED education in schools. If possible, we would like to promote Korea's ICT and the culture, and also learn the Thai culture when the student exchange program can be implemented, which we believe that can strengthen the self-confidence of students in both Korea and Thai country. Finally, we have a plan to continue this APTE program with APCU in order to participate this teacher exchange program annually, and we want to hope to host the exchange teachers from various partner countries, including Thailand. And we would like to encourage all our teachers to implement GCED for the students in Korea as well as our partner countries. Thank you. This is my presentation.
Thank you, Mr. Lim. The bilateral research of GCED was especially very impressive. Next, Renunakun Wita Yanukun School, please share your presentation file and start your presentation.
Good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Get a minute, please. Okay. May I introduce myself? My name is Teacher Kanika Kananan from Renunakon Vichayanukul, Thailand. We are from the northeast of Thailand. Okay. Right now, we want to share about our experience for 2020 online for Korean and Thailand online teacher exchange program. Okay, the member for our group for today for this online are my name is Teacher Kanika and Teacher Jilawan English teacher, Teacher Chompunut English teacher, Teacher Jitra Korean teacher in our school, and the last one is Teacher Vichian Kammichai. He is computer teacher. For this program, they are very challenging for us too, because I ever been to join for this program before, and for this year we join for this activity again. So really happy for us to share. But for the first time for us to join in online, we never joined for this course before. Okay, and for the online class, we starts from April to August 2020. We have the first meeting before with Korean teacher, so technological high school in Korea. So really exciting for us. We have the meeting together, and after that we share the idea and set the schedule about our teaching together. Okay, the first online class from Thai teacher is me. I am the first one of the teacher to teach Korean students. The topic is about Welcome to Thailand on the 26th of May 2020. So really exciting for all Thai teachers because this is the first time, but we try to motivate the students and make it easy for the students to learn for our culture, our process, our custom, and our sports, many things that we want to share, especially for Thai language for the students to Korean, try to introduce themselves in Thai. สวัสดีครับ สวัสดีค่ะ ฉันชื่อ we try to motivate the students. I know it's already difficult, but do you know, we try to make the lesson very easy for Korean students and all the teacher of the Korean to join with this lesson together. We have the song, we have the festival for them to know about Thailand, and we want to share about where is Thailand for them to know our culture too. Okay, and the second class from Korean teacher by teacher Hyun Bin. The topic is Welcome to Korea on the 25th of June 2020. For this class, so really exciting. This is the first class for the students in Thailand. In Renunakon, they are very so exciting, and they learn about the culture and many places and many information for the Korean country. Do you know, for this country, it's so very interesting for Thai students. You know, Korea so very famous in about K-pop and many tourist attractions. So very attract for our students to join with this class. For the students in this class are Korean program. Yes, we want to share the idea and we want to give them much of experience for the second one. Okay, and the third online class from Korean teacher. This topic is about K-pop trend. It's on the 7th of July 2020. For this class, so very happy for Thai teachers and for our students because we can ask some questions that our students want to know. And he can explain anything for our students too. So very happy. And we know about the K-pop, about the income, about many things that our students want to know. They make some questions with teacher and he can answer this question too. This is the third one. And the fourth online class from Thai teacher, from teacher Jilawan and teacher Vichian. Teacher Vichian is the computer teacher. We chose for this lesson because do you know we can change only for the culture, but we want to give the unique lesson. We choose for controlling the robot with C program. It's on the 9th of July 2020. For this course, for the first time, we think it's very difficult, but we want to share the computer teacher in our school. He never speak in English before, and he never taught the student in the other country before. And we try to set the program and try to set the lesson for the class to be very simple for the students in Korean to join. For this class, we show about how to control the robot to go forward, backward, to the left, to the right, but we can do it. We are so very happy. The students are very happy with us too. Okay, we want to show about this one. This one is the video with our lesson. We can take this video. Okay, we can, this is the video of this lesson. We can show to our students, to the students for Korean students too. Okay, and okay, and this is the fifth class, online class from Thai teacher Kitra and teacher Chumpunut. The topic is about Holy Welcoming Ceremony. It's on the 9th of July 2020. For this topic, we are really so proud. This is a great honor for us to show our culture. You know, we are from Lenunakhor, the northeast of Thailand, so really far from Bangkok. I think about 700 or 800 kilometers far from Bangkok of Thailand. We want to show for this community. We have this ceremony, but we are really so surprised because teacher Im said for this ceremony like in Korea. And after that, next time we want to welcome all of Korean teacher to come to our school too. This is the fifth online class. And okay, for the next one, okay, and the last online class is for Mr. Wang, the Korean teacher. This is the trip to Korea on the 4th of August 2020. This is our activities for Thai teacher and Korean teacher. Thank you for Thai teacher and Korean teacher to join with this online class together. Okay, the next one. Thumbs up. Okay, thank you so much. Thumb up right now. Bye bye.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I think the time was limited, so you finished the presentation a little bit earlier, but it was enough, more than enough to feel your passions and efforts. Next, Bongdam High School, please share your presentation file and start your presentation.
ค่ะ
Okay, can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? That's great. Good afternoon, honorable speakers, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Yang Jin Young from Bongdam High School. This is indeed a great pleasure for me to be with you here today. I'd also like to extend my sincere appreciation to FCU for organizing this conference to share meaningful challenges made by many professional teachers from different corners of the world. Today, I'd like to share the one semester long journey with my dear coworkers at Bongdam High School and respected teachers at Sathasama School in Thailand. First, I'm going to introduce my team members and the reason we gathered. Second, I'll be talking about the lessons we had for Thai students. Third, our team project to raise cultural awareness in Bongdam High School will be introduced. Next, I will share plans for the future cooperation with some reflections following. Our team is composed of 4 English teachers and 1 geography teacher, and we named ourselves Dabung, which is a sort of a Korean acronym meaning Efforts of Bongdam High School to foster multicultural competence. As you may have noticed, we gathered since we share the same interest in raising students' cultural sensitivity and providing more opportunities to experience cultural diversity. Because we had a very small number of students with different cultural backgrounds here, while the majority was very homogeneous. We wanted our students to enjoy the beauty of diversity and wished our efforts to establish a firm foundation for them to be global citizens. And so much of our work has been designed to apply this vision to our school curriculum. Let me briefly talk about the lessons we prepared for Thai students. 3 lessons were done with different groups of students, and all 3 were about different Korean culture aspects. The first one was about Hanok as an eco house. The second lesson was about sharing youth life and career goals through videos filmed by students. And the third lesson is also about traditional Korean games, and it is integrated with physical education. I'd like to share some scenes from the first lesson because we try some integration of cultural education with awareness of sustainability here in this lesson. And also it is a good example of cooperation between me and teacher Ja in Thailand. As I mentioned, this lesson is to introduce traditional Korean house Hanok. So students were provided with wooden model house DIY kits to assemble the pieces with me while learning about Hanok. The parts of Hanok I taught were reflecting eco-friendly design in the house, and students were able to see the sustainability elements because they learned about what eco-friendly housing is through quiz in the beginning. After the lesson, teacher Ja at Sathasama School helped me, encouraging Thai students to work on their own eco-design projects. They were asked to create a drawing for their own eco-friendly design ideas, and the drawings were to be shared with Korean students to comment about. By doing so, students in both countries get a chance to be action takers to make the world a little more sustainable. Next, I'd like to introduce our study group project. As a project product, we've created a website where we share our school programs we designed and conducted to raise cultural sensitivity and teach cultural diversity. It includes 5 programs, all of which are to improve cultural awareness in students at Bongdam High School. In the first program, students learned unfamiliar non-verbal communication from different cultures, and by creating scenarios with it where miscommunication possibly happens, they came to understand the difficulties people from different cultures face. And we also hold a speech festival where students raise their voices about global issues and global citizenships, and share their opinions and experiences with students, teachers from Sathasama School. During the process, they came to understand what global citizenship means and how to deliver ideas in appropriate manners. Next, we ran a student project gallery where students participated in a big gallery walk activity to share students' own voluntary projects. Those projects were designed by students themselves to improve the cultural sensitivity and diversity in Bongdam High School. Students also filmed short vlogs to introduce their daily life and local stories in Korea to Thai students. This helped students in both countries find things in common and feel closer to each other. Lastly, we worked with the local community center for immigrants. We invited some native teachers from different countries so that students could enjoy the cultural diversity and think about how to protect diversity. You can take a look at them more closely and get some resources by visiting the website we created. We've got a positive turn in students' attitudes toward diversity. And on the website, we also share the survey results from students after their participation in these awareness programs. Here are some future plans we currently have. We are going to finish up some follow-up activities after the lessons and projects. Most of them are to encourage interaction among students from both countries. And we are also planning to invite students to write or draw about their experiences of cultural exchange and publish them on school newspaper, which will spread the positive change and reflections of student participants to wider scope. Lastly, we are now discussing on how to develop this relationship in a more meaningful way. To strengthen and expand the teacher network with teachers from more countries, I've joined another international teachers network recently, and we are planning to work on collaborative projects like creating community maps on trash. So after all these efforts we made, we came to realize that bonds and sharing a vision are the most important factor to bring a change. Here, let me read some things from one of our team members. Sharing our culture and finding connections with Thai students was a challenging but inspiring experience, since it is the very job we as global citizens do, where people from different cultures constantly interact. All the supports and strong bonds we had from Thai teachers made the process so easier and enjoyable that we truly understood what we should do to cooperate to make the world a better place. It has been a fruitful experience for all at Bongdam High School. Our awareness of the need for cultural diversity education and following cooperation definitely brought a new flow of attention from all members of our school to the importance of multicultural competence. Having teachers and students who are sharing the vision and ready to be part of the efforts to realize the vision was the key to this successful journey. These are all we prepared for today. I hope our efforts and trials have become a good inspiration for all of you here. If any of you today gets interested in what we have done or what we are going to do, please share your ideas and questions to this email address. And finally, thanks to all of our Thai friends in particular for everything we had together. I look forward to hearing your story now. Thank you very much. Konkuka.
Thank you, Ms. Yang, for your presentation. It was really interesting to see how students felt toward the program. Next, Sattasamu School, please share your presentation file and start your presentation.
Okay, so can you hear me clearly? Yes? No. Okay, so can you hear me clearly? Yes? Okay. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our presentation today. We are teachers at Sattasamu School, Thailand. First of all, let me introduce our members in our team. The first one, he is the head of school project, Mr. Silatu Thongkam. Where are you? Okay, next, Miss Thapana Khongraksa. The third one is Miss Kesini Inyong. The fourth one is Mr. Jaluwat Nak Vimon. And the last is me, Miss Jutama Tholat. And today, we have three special guests. They are deputy directors of our school. Please welcome Mr. Uthai Jongpae, Miss Chayachon Mai Noi, and Miss Vilawan Sirik Mongkol. So today we are very excited to see you all, and we appreciate you being here, not to mention your valuable time, and please feel comfortable while we present. And if you have any further questions, we'll be happy to talk to you at the end. So let's jump right into today's topic. Right after we are done with this slide, we will move on to the first topic. Today, we are going to start with the best class my school had delivered and the reason why we chose. Next, we will present our group's project work. And the third one, you will see the lesson learned throughout our experience. And the last topic today is our plan for following up activity after the program. So, it's time to move on to the first topic by teacher Thapana Khongraksa.
Okay. In fact, all of the class has prominent in each class. So we decided to ask for Korean teachers to vote for the best class. And the results was about Thai language class. There were two classes that related with language. The first part of Thai teacher class that we have taught was about Thai culture, basic useful language, and how to write your name in Thai. For example, we present how to greet and how to say Thai words in any situations, such as the words for saying thank you, ขอบคุณ it's okay ไม่เป็นไร and sorry ขอโทษ in Thai. The next part was about teaching how to write the student's name in Thai language. We present 5 tones of voice in Thai and then compare Thai letters and vowel with Koreans, as you can see in their presentations. So students could write their name in Thai language correctly. And by the end of the class, Korean students could understand how to say basic useful word and ภาษาไทย or Thai language. So and the next topic is our project result by teacher Gesini. Okay.
This is the outcome project part. I would like to present briefly about our outcome of the project. Our project is a study of students' responses towards GCED lessons under Asia Pacific Teacher Exchange for Global Education project from Bungdam High School and Sattasu School. This project allows students to explore, develop, and express their own values and opinions after learning with exchange teachers by using questionnaire to collect the data. The data was analyzed by using statistic plot percentage. The questionnaire are 15 items. The item 1 to item 7 are considered in teaching class. The result shows that almost students are highly positive their responses for these items. These students consider that GCED lesson under Asia Pacific Teacher Exchange for Global Education project are a useful teaching. For item 8 to 15 are considered in GCED awareness. This is the example of the response from item 14. The result shows that almost students are highly positive their responses for these items. These students consider that GCED awareness is important. The results show that almost all students have positive experience in teaching and learning GCED issue and have more awareness about GCED. So this is for all of the part. Next is lesson learned throughout our experience by teacher Sila.
Okay, since we have participated in this program until now, even we have faced difficulties, but we share and we learn many good things at the same time. It's much more better than what we imagined before participating in this program. Then these are lists of what we would like to share to you. During this project of all stages, we learn how to plan and manage everything in many changeable situations. As you know, there is a pandemic of coronavirus in Thailand during the year, and it's getting worse in the second quarter. Because of that, the learning process has to be done online for 100%. It's very hard for us to manage everything as we planned before. By many meetings and discussions with our partner school, Bongdam High School, we share and listen to others' ideas, even it's not exactly the same as ours, but we did it for a good sake of our project. This made our project went well and quite smoothly. Due to our mother tongue is not English, but every process in this program has done in English, so it's a chance for us to learn language and communication skills, not only English that we used, but also a little Korean we have learned from this program. During the meeting and teaching sessions, we have learned about the cultural diversity too. For example, Thai people do why when we greet someone, but Korean people bow to greet someone. Okay, and the last, the distance from Thailand to Korea is approximately 3,600 kilometers. It seems far, right? But now we have learned that it's not that far. Our world is more than we thought. Because of this program, we, every person here, can know each other. We can be friends. We can share our knowledge and our culture. Although it's different, we can live and learn together. And we are all global citizens. Thank you. Let's go to the next topic.
So for the fourth topic today, it's very important because this project should never end. With that being said, we plan for following up activities by organizing the club in our school, that is the GCD club. And moreover, we will invite our teachers in our school to add GCED issues to their lesson plans and make students aware of the differences which can be combined into one. And in this project, we have a chance to exchange many ideas, such as how to design the eco-house. We learned about the lifestyle of South Korean students, the foods, the languages, including manners in various situations. That's all our surprise. Finally, we are happy to say thank you to all of you, whether UNESCO, the Office of Basic Education Commission in Thailand, and the Ministry of Education Korea, giving us a chance to participate in valuable project this time. And importantly, we hope to join this project next time. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It was really interesting project to see that you are continuing this idea you got from the program. Okay, now we will have a break until 10 past 3 Korean time and 10 past 1 in Thai time. You can turn off your video if you want during the break, but please make sure that you come back at 10 past 3 or 10 past 1 in Thai time. Thank you.